Okay, so I'm 68 years old. I live in a beautiful 3-story Victorian that I've owned for 35 years. I climb those stairs 20 times a day. I garden. I host my bridge club every Tuesday. I'm in excellent shape, better shape than my 42-year-old son, Kevin, who thinks walking to his car is cardio. But last month, Kevin showed up at my house with concerns. "Mom, we need to talk about your living situation." Here we go again. "What about it?" I asked, already knowing where this was headed. "It's not safe. You're living in a 3-story house with stairs. What if you fall?" What if I fall? I've lived here for 35 years and haven't fallen once. "Kevin, I'm fine. The house is fine. I'm not going anywhere." He pulled out his phone, started showing me articles. "Look at these statistics. Senior falls are the leading cause of..." I'm not a senior. I'm 68. That's young. He gave me that look, that patronising, I know better look. "Mum, be realistic. This house is too big, too many stairs, too much maintenance. You should really consider moving somewhere more appropriate. Code for nursing home or senior living community or whatever sanitised term they're using now. I like my house. I'm staying in my house." Kevin sighed, heavy, dramatic, like I was being difficult. "Fine, but I'm worried about you. We should at least do a safety assessment. Make sure everything's up to code. Make sure you can handle it. A safety assessment of my house that I've maintained perfectly for decades. Kevin, I appreciate your concern, but I don't need..." "Please, Mom, just let me come by this week. Look around. Make sure everything's safe for my peace of mind." For his peace of mind, not mine, his. But I agreed because he's my son, because I thought he was genuinely concerned. Wrong. He showed up with a checklist, an actual printed checklist, uneven floorboards, potential tripping hazard. They're not uneven, they're original hardwood from 1892. Bathtub without grip bars, slip risk, I've never slipped. Steep staircase, fall danger. It's a Victorian. They all have steep staircases. That's the design. He went through my entire house, finding hazards that didn't exist, making notes, taking photos, building a case, and then he said it, the thing that made me see red. "Mum, I really think you should sell this place. Move into something smaller, maybe a nice ground floor apartment or assisted living, just to be safe." Assisted living at 68 because I have stairs. "Kevin, I'm not moving." "But Mum, I said I'm not moving. This conversation is over." He left, but I knew he wasn't done. He'd keep pushing, keep building his case, keep trying to convince me I was too old, too fragile, too incompetent to live in my own house. Well, two could play this game. If Kevin wanted to prove my house was unsafe, I'd prove his was worse, much worse, in the most creative way possible. I called my bridge club. Meredith, Joyce, Barbara and Patricia. These women are my tribe. We've been playing bridge together for 20 years. We meet every Tuesday at my house. We're loud. We drink wine. We argue about bids and conventions. We're competitive. And we're about to become Kevin's worst nightmare. "Ladies, I need your help. Kevin's trying to declare my house unsafe, says I should move to assisted living." Unified gasp of outrage. "That's ridiculous," Meredith said. "You're fitter than my daughter." "I know, but he won't let it go. So I have a plan, a brilliant plan, and I need all of you." I explained. They were in immediately, enthusiastically, vengefully. Bridge Club was about to go mobile. Destination, Kevin's loft, his beautiful, expensive, Open concept loft downtown, his pride and joy, his sanctuary, about to become Grand Central Station for senior citizens. I called Kevin that night. Sweet voice, defeated voice. Honey, you're right. The house is too much. I've been thinking about what you said, and maybe I should move somewhere safer, somewhere with supervision. I could hear the victory in his voice. Mum, I'm so glad you're being reasonable. Reasonable, right. But I'm not ready for a facility yet. So I was thinking, could I stay with you for a while, just temporarily, while I figure out my next steps? Silence. Beautiful, panicked silence. Stay with me? Just for a few weeks. You have that extra space in your loft, and this way you can keep an eye on me, make sure I'm safe. The trap was set. He couldn't say no. Not after weeks of telling me I needed supervision, not after the safety assessment, not after calling my house dangerous. Okay, sure, when were you thinking? This weekend I'll pack light. Oh, and my bridge club plays on Tuesdays. I'll need to host here since I won't have my house. That's okay, right? Before he could respond, thank you, honey. This means so much. You're such a good son. Moving day arrived. Kevin looked nervous. I showed up with 3 suitcases, 2 boxes and a folding card table. What's the table for? Bridge club, I told you we play every Tuesday. His face did this thing, this realisation thing, like he'd just understood what he'd agreed to. They're coming here. Of course. Where else would we play? Your loft is perfect. So much space. It wasn't perfect. It was an open concept nightmare for hosting loud senior citizens. But he didn't know that yet. Tuesday came. The ladies arrived at 6 p.m. Meredith brought wine. Joyce brought cheese. Barbara brought her loud voice that she uses when she's excited. Patricia brought her competitive energy that makes her slam cards on the table. We set up in Kevin's living area, right in the middle of his open concept space. No walls, no doors, no escape. We started playing, and we were loud. 3. No trump. Are you insane? You can't support that bid. I absolutely can support that bid, Joyce. I have 17 points. Your points are garbage. Kevin emerged from his bedroom at 7:30, looked horrified. Ladies, hi. Could you keep it down a bit? We paused, looked at him, sweet smiles. Oh, honey, we're playing bridge. This is quiet for us. Barbara laughed, loud laugh. You should hear us during tournaments. We went back to playing, louder. Kevin retreated to his bedroom. But here's the thing about open concept lofts. There's no soundproofing. He could hear everything. Every bid, every argument, every slam of cards on the table, every refill of wine glasses, every cackle when someone made a brilliant play. We played until 1:30 a.m., 1:30 in the morning on a Tuesday. Kevin had work the next day. We did not. We're retired. When we finally packed up, Kevin emerged looking destroyed. You play until 1:30? Oh yes. Sometimes later. We get very invested in the games. Sleep well, honey? His eye twitched. Actually twitched. Day 1, success. But we were just getting started. Wednesday morning, I woke up at 5:30 a.m, like I always do. Made coffee, loud coffee, opened the blinds, let the morning sun flood Kevin's bedroom. He stumbled out at 6:15, looking like death. Mom, what are you doing? Good morning. I made coffee and oatmeal. You should eat breakfast. Most important meal of the day. He looked at the oatmeal like it was poison. I don't eat breakfast. Well, you should. Sit, eat. Tell me about your day. He tried to escape. I have to get ready for work. Eat first, then get ready. I insist. I made him sit, made him eat, Made him listen to my entire morning routine plans while he sat there, trapped, dying inside. Perfect. That night, Joyce came over for a quick visit. We watched Jeopardy. Loud. Shouted answers at the TV. What is photosynthesis? No, Joyce. What is metamorphosis? I said photosynthesis. Kevin tried to work in his home office area. Couldn't. Too loud. Went to his bedroom. But open concept means no escape. He could hear everything. Joyce stayed until 10 p.m. Visit number 1. Success. Thursday, Meredith came over for lunch. We made tuna sandwiches, watched our stories, our soap operas, got very invested in the drama. I knew she was having an affair. With her stepson. That's disgusting. That's not her stepson, that's her husband's nephew. Kevin came home early, saw us on his couch, eating tuna, yelling at the TV, looked like he might cry. Hi, honey, want a sandwich? He didn't want a sandwich. He wanted his loft back. Friday, Barbara came over for dinner. I cooked pot roast, used every pot and pan in Kevin's minimalist kitchen, left a bit of a mess. Okay, a lot of a mess. We ate at his dining table, talked loud, laughed louder, discussed our book club selection, got into a heated debate about themes and symbolism. Kevin tried to join us for dinner, tried to participate, but we were talking over him, interrupting him, treating him like a child at the adult table. He gave up, ate in his room, on his bed, like a teenager. Saturday, Patricia came over for coffee. We reorganised Kevin's kitchen. For efficiency, I explained. Put the things we needed in easy reach. Put his things in harder to find places. He came out for coffee and couldn't find his mugs. Mum, where are the... Top shelf, honey. We reorganised. Much better system now. His jaw clenched. I liked my system. Your system was inefficient. This is better. You're welcome. Patricia and I spent 4 hours there, just existing in his space, talking, laughing, making his loft feel less like his loft and more like our community centre. Sunday, I invited all of them over for brunch at Kevin's loft at 10 a.m. on a Sunday, his one day to sleep in. We made pancakes, bacon, eggs, coffee, lots of noise, lots of laughter. Kevin emerged at 11, looking like a zombie. Saw 4 senior women in his kitchen, cooking, taking over, making his space theirs. What is happening? Brunch. Want some? He didn't want some. He wanted silence. He wanted his life back. Monday was the breaking point. I started my morning yoga routine in his living room at 6 a.m. with a YouTube video. Loud. Breathe in, reach for the sky, feel the stretch. Kevin came out looking murderous. Mom, please, I have a meeting at 8. This is my routine, very important for seniors to stay flexible. You're not a senior. You said I was. You said I needed supervision. You said my house was unsafe. He had no comeback because I was right. He'd said all of that, and now he was living with the consequences. That night, I announced Bridge Club was coming again. But it's not Tuesday. We're making up for last week's shortened game. We're playing tonight and probably tomorrow too. His face went pale. Mom, please, I can't. Can't what, honey? Can't handle having your mother around? The mother you said needed supervision? The mother whose house you said was dangerous? He was quiet, trapped, caught. The ladies arrived at 6 p.m. We played until midnight. Kevin locked himself in his bedroom with headphones. We could see him through the glass wall, looking miserable. Tuesday morning, exactly 1 week after I'd moved in, Kevin sat me down. He looked exhausted, defeated, broken. Mom, we need to talk. About what, honey? About you going back to your house. But you said it was unsafe. It's fine. Your house is fine. It's the safest house I've ever seen. It's perfect. Please go back to it. I pretended to think about it. I don't know, Kevin. What about the stairs, the bathtub, the hardwood floors? They're fine. All of it is fine. You're capable. You're independent. You don't need supervision. You need privacy in your own home. Are you sure? Because you seemed very concerned. I was wrong, okay? I was wrong. You're fine. Your house is fine. Everything's fine. Please go home. I smiled. Okay, if you're sure. I'm sure. I'll pack today, but bridge club is tonight, so I'll leave tomorrow. He looked like he might die. Can't you play at someone else's house? But we're already set up here. Mom, please. I took pity on him. Fine, I'll cancel tonight. We'll resume at my house, where we belong, where we've been playing for 20 years without bothering anyone. I moved out the next day. Kevin helped me pack with enthusiasm, actual enthusiasm, carried my boxes like they contained gold, drove me home like he was escaping a prison. Thanks for letting me stay, honey. Of course, Mom, anytime. Lie, complete lie. And thank you for checking on my safety. You were right to be concerned. His face froze. What? You showed me that my house is perfectly fine, that I'm perfectly capable, that I don't need supervision. Thank you for that lesson. He understood, finally understood, that I'd played him, that the entire week was planned, that bridge club invasion was revenge. You did that on purpose. Did what on purpose, honey? I smiled, innocent smile. I was just accepting your hospitality while you evaluated my needs, and you concluded I'm fine, right? He nodded slowly. Right, you're very fine. Excellent. See you Sunday for dinner at my house with the stairs and the bathtub and the hardwood floors that are all perfectly safe. It's been 6 months. Kevin hasn't mentioned assisted living once. Hasn't suggested downsizing, hasn't done another safety assessment. He visits every Sunday, eats my pot roast, doesn't complain about the stairs, doesn't mention hazards. He learned the hard way, the bridge club invasion way, the 1 week of hell way, the way that taught him exactly what it feels like to have someone take over your space, your life, your peace. Funny how that works. So if this story made you reconsider invading your parents' independence or made you grateful your mom respects boundaries, hit like and subscribe, because I've got more stories. Stories about children who underestimated their parents. Stories about nursing home schemes that backfired. Stories about 68-year-old women who weaponized bridge clubs just to prove a point. Spoiler alert, we're not fragile, we're not helpless, we're strategic, we're organised. We have friends, loud friends, competitive friends, friends who play cards until 1:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. Want to declare my house unsafe? Fine, I'll move into your house and I'll bring my entire bridge club. We'll reorganise your kitchen, we'll cook tuna, we'll watch our stories, we'll do morning yoga at 6 a.m, we'll host brunch on Sunday, and we'll play bridge, loud, competitive, argumentative bridge until you beg me to go back to my perfectly safe house with my perfectly safe stairs. Because turnabout is fair play, and I play bridge competitively for 20 years. I always win, always. Just ask Kevin. He'll tell you right after he finishes installing soundproofing in his loft, just in case I ever decide to visit again.